Ah, yes, the Viking Age, when medieval horn-helmeted Scandinavian men ravaged Europe, scribbling mysterious runes and toasting their victories in goblets forged from enemy skulls before bidding farewell in fiery funerals. Except that's not quite how it went. It's unclear where the word Viking came from, but in Old Norse it apparently referred to an act of maritime raiding, which the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle described as an onslaught of lightning, fiery dragons, and heathen men. The more recent discovery of Scandinavian artifacts at a site in Estonia suggests that Viking activity began decades earlier. But whatever the precise 8th century start, it persisted for the next 300 years. We don't know exactly what prompted all this Vikinging. Its society grew increasingly militarized, and like many warrior-based peoples, local chieftains legitimized their rule through gift-giving. Meanwhile, new seafaring technology enabled ships to navigate both shallow rivers and open oceans. Most Scandinavians didn't participate directly, but Viking raids could offer young men the opportunity to amass riches to afford land and marriage. These raids were unquestionably violent, but Vikings didn't use their victims' skulls as goblets. Though this has been recorded in history, looking at you, Shai Ismail. Beyond killing, Viking invasions also involved mass capture. Vikings enslaved and sold people into human trafficking networks, or sent them to labor in Scandinavia and its colonies. Temporary camps grew into permanent communities, and trade networks spread even farther. Viking-era Scandinavian chieftains may have drunk German wine from Egyptian glass, while clad in Chinese silks and Indian gemstones. But they did not wear horned helmets. This image was popularized in 19th century stage productions, specifically Richard Wagner's The Ring Cycle. While archaeologists have found Scandinavian horned helmets, they preceded Vikings by 2,000 years and were likely used in rituals, not battle. Instead, high-status Vikings might have worn iron helmets with brow bridges, while others donned leather caps. Viking society was undeniably patriarchal. It's unclear if these were, in fact, Vikings, and it occurred on land, without flaming arrows and with sexual violence and human sacrifice. Popular Viking funeral depictions are likely modern inventions. Vikings didn't appear to have one funerary practice and both buried and cremated their dead. Regarding runes, Germanic peoples began writing with them around the 2nd century. They came to be used to bridge the physical and spiritual worlds and for more mundane matters. Old Norse only became a literary language after Christianized Icelandic scholars adopted Latin script around the 12th century. So, actual Viking Age accounts generally originate from traumatized victims and cultural outsiders. In Scandinavia, power shifted towards centralized Christian monarchies and state-sponsored conquest, like crusading. Meanwhile, the Scandinavian diaspora flourished in Iceland and integrated into other European societies. For centuries, the term Viking went unused, until the 1800s, when nationalism swept Europe, and people began invoking it to gesture at a romanticized, shared Germanic past. This mythos persists today, even as new discoveries reveal just how little we know of the Viking world, and shapes that once seemed certain recede into the thick mist of time.